Howdy, y'all. We're back and playing the Horizon Forbidden West. I don't fucking know what I'm talking like. I don't know nothing. Man, it felt like a long day, and then it just kind of like, the afternoon was just kind of like, or not a long day, but it was like I had stuff to do at work day, and it was just like it hit like 2 o'clock or like 2:30, and it was all of a sudden like, okay, got that done. Now it's, what is next? Shit. It was just kind of a little slow after that, and I was just like, oh, jeez. Time to go home. Well, it wasn't time to go home. I had to fucking kill time while I was there. But for the meantime, I think we're gonna head back to the desert. But for now, skis, let's go on back to Lake Campfire, or into the base. To the basey base. Oh my gosh. Hey, Vicar. How's it going? I'm doing good.
I should go to my room and check out the focus I found in that rebel camp.
The old ones just look funny. Funny how? Their clothes, they're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much.
That is for sure correct. We are fat, lazy assholes compared to you people. Oh, yeah, we're just about to turn... Came back to the base now, and we're just about to turn in a bunch of shit.
Erend? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's 2 of me now.
There's 2 of you now! At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying. I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Yeah, some Oseram fucking suck penises. Right off the tree.
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
Oh. Charming. I got some chocolate-covered raisins. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever met anyone else who really liked them, but I do.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those 2 lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
Yeah, he definitely, especially like when the beginning of this game, that was kind of my vibe in Zero Dawn, was like a lot of people were just kind of like, oh, hey, how you doing, Aloy? How's it going? They were trying to be smooth with Aloy. And Erend kind of. But then in the beginning of this game, it's just like, oh, Aloy, I love you. I mean, nice day, isn't it? And it's just like,
What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. Guy reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in Stormbird plates. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. But it's just kind of weird that like, it's one of those things in video games, and it happens with male protagonists too, where it's a lot of everyone loves your person. Like, yeah, I've met you for 5 seconds, so well, hey, how you doing there? They're trying to put the moves on them. It's like, I don't blame them because most video game protagonists are sexy. It's just how it is. Nobody really wants to play. It's very rare that you want to play a game where you're just like some ugly motherfucker. So it makes sense, but at the same time, like, it's just awkward in all video games. Even when there's a male protagonist, sometimes it just feels awkward. You have somebody like, hey there, handsome, how's it going? I'm just like, I'm just here for the quest and the money. I mean, sure, but, money first, maybe?
I discovered an Osram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels. They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Carja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Dervahl and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Carja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's just great.
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them?
Well, I could have the Vanguard check Chain Scrape and Barren Light, in case they're moving any supplies through there. But if they are, I'll bet they're being careful about it.
Yeah. And they have focuses, too. Makes it easier for them to evade guards and patrols.
Hold on. Way back, when we first met, you came looking for me in Meridian because you detected Olin's focus with yours, right? So does that mean that if I go back to the Daunt with this...
You could scan for other focuses.
And if an Oseram is wearing one of these, they'd have to be a part of that Prometheus group.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I've been known to have those once in a while.
Just let me know if you find anything.
You got it.
Aaron's not bad. He's grown on me, but...
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
No, I'm gonna cause nothing but trouble. Have you seen me play this game? I poked a fucking Lapras. A fucking, like, motherfucking Loch Ness Monster.
Aloy, you're back.
How are things going around here?
I'm still trying to get Beta to talk to me. It's a slow process. Are you okay? This clone thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
I'm just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
How's everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place.
Varl, I think, might be my favorite, like, NPC in this game / companion, I think, though. He was pretty great in the last one, and he's pretty fantastic in this one.
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
It isn't.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else.
Trust me. Not that kind of stuffed animal. That kind of stuffed animal I don't think anyone would enjoy. Well, there's some people that like taxidermy. Never really understood that.
I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
Thought I heard you come in.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
She kind of hasn't.
What
So,
else have
you
you
know.
been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again.
Yeah, Zoe is really good too. They definitely stepped up like everything in this game. And again, I think I was talking about this before in this playthrough. Probably a couple weeks ago at this point. This game it's not like a super special open world game besides like the lore. The lore is just unique and fantastic. And the story too. But like gameplay wise, and like you're going around the open world and you're doing stuff, that's all like stock standard with its own twist on things. But it does everything just so well. The world is much more interesting than your average open world game. The combat is so much more interesting and better than your average open world game. The lore is so much more interesting. Like the graphics are absolutely phenomenal. I'm really hoping it comes through on the stream, but like I'm playing on I got a 4K TV with this PS5 too, because before I was just running on like an old like 720p TV, or maybe it was 1080, but it was like a free one that I had. So it was like, okay, I've put aside money, I'll get a nice TV, and I got a nice TV, and it's fucking incredible. Look, this game is incredible looking. Hey Morgan, you're not really that late. I'm just chatting with people here. But yeah, like this whole game it's nothing is like extraordinary in its like what it is, but it's all extraordinary in its execution.
Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Aether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine what machines like Stormbirds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those Stormbirds in line. Now that you have those control cores, are you ready to reboot the land gods in Plainsong?
Not yet. Gaia told me the reboot code has to be altered using data from the cores. She updated my focus with software to accomplish this task, but apparently it's very complicated. It'll take time.
Well, let me know if you need any help.
I will.
I should get going.
May you unearth that which you seek.
Yeah, The Witcher 3, I would say its excel was like The Witcher 3's major excel was the combat was really good.
We've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take
Oh,
what you
thank
need.
you. But also the like the story was just so interweaving with everything else, and it was so fantastic. It was just like, oh,
Looks like
What?
someone's made this space their own.
this
I
must
see
be
you
Zoe.
found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
Ew, 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 ew. I wanted this room anyway. Witcher 3 was fantastic. The problem I have with it is I don't think it has like a streamer mode, and I mean if you remember, oh fuck, I can. Oh wait, I can actually craft these things, these overrides. I can override a fucking Bellowback. Holy shit! Oh, I can override a fucking roly-poly. Get those scry drifters, because why not? And get them snap maws. But, oh boy, there's a lot more. There's an orange override? Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's not, like, sometimes you're just walking around Novigrad and it's just like, oh, and there's a street corner whore. And by the way, she's got her boobs out. So, fuck your stream. You know, all that kind of stuff is seemingly happens a lot in that game. Dragon Age Inquisition would maybe be a good alternative because there's not just like all of a sudden naked people. It's very, you know exactly when it's going to happen and you kind of choose when it's going to happen in Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh yeah, that needs Clamberjaw parts, which I have precious few of, so I don't want to spend them now. Until I find out like if it's easy or not to get those. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'd absolutely love to play The Witcher 3 on the stream, especially since I haven't played in a while in general. Yeah. I mean, The Witcher 3 is just an incredible, like, it set the bar. It literally set the new standard for video games. Like all of a sudden, everyone wanted to be The Witcher 3 in terms of like their gameplay and design and all that jazz.
Okay, the focus I got from the Sons of Prometheus is encrypted. But with a little time, I should be able to hack it.
Oh, this is my room.
There. Got it.
Aloy, it seems you've recovered some property that doesn't belong to you.
Well, you're not surprised to see me? You know, after you tried to sell me out to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab?
Hardly. When I realized the lone hunters had been raiding Regalla's camps, I knew you had escaped. Subtlety is not your strong suit. From now on, I suggest you stay away from rebel operations. You're meddling with something you don't understand.
What I understand, Silence, is that you've doled out machine overrides to dangerous people, and stoked up a tribal civil war. Again. I'm gonna put a stop to it.
Fine. Stubbornly blunder ahead as usual. Your efforts will only slow the inevitable. A warning, though. The Sons of Prometheus are very tenacious, and they want your head. There's nothing I can do about that now.
Oh, I'm scared. What will I do without your protection?
You should be scared, Aloy. More than you realize. But I have better things to do than educate you. Best of luck flailing about in the fog of ignorance.
Ow! One of these days, I'm gonna shut that arrogant mouth of his.
Oh, thank goodness, we better do that soon.
Why he's doing what he's doing.
Ooh, what is this?
Huh. Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
That was thoughtful of them. I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe. It was pretty weird talking to Beta, seeing someone who looks like me. Even though it seems like she doesn't act anything like me. Or Elizabeth, for that matter.
Oh, it's just like a little talkie point. Okay. Hold on, I need to get more coffee. Well, that's good news, because I have The Witcher 3 on PC. I don't think it would flag like the golem butts and stuff like that of like the creatures you fight. Although, like, what is it? I think it's like the sirens are effectively topless ladies and with just like mermaid tails instead of legs. And that came in wings. So it's just like, again, there's things that are just like, by the way, boobs, by the way, a dick. It's just like, I'll be able to find it, I think. Because I imagine it's probably just hanging out on Nexus mods, which is generally where one of the better places to find mods. Easier, I should say.
My old spear. Rust helped me make it. And I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now. When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand any of this. Or what I have to do. But still. Wish he was here.
Yeah, maybe that would be an option one of these days and get the mod going for that. Although, I gotta see if there's a mod manager for Witcher 3. I have one for Skyrim, and I don't frankly know what I would do without the mod manager for Skyrim, because fucking shit. It's... Some mods are easy, like Stardew Valley. I played the shit out of it, and so I installed some mods. Like, I think I got rid of Fence Decay, I made the days last a little longer, and I got the Stardew Valley Expanded mod, which is fantastic, by the way, if you play that game. But yeah, it's super easy. You literally just, like, install the one program that lets you mod it. Yeah, that's what I use they used to call it Nexus Mod Manager. I think it's called, like, Vortex now, or something like that. But, yeah, like, what is it? Yeah, like Stardew Valley, you install the program that actually, like, allows mods to run and stuff like that, and then you drag and drop you go to the game files, and there's a folder called mods that the program created, and you drag and drop your mods into there, within the folder with the name of the mod. So it's just like, oh, and if you don't want it there, you move it out of that folder, or delete it out of that folder. It's the fucking simplest. It's as easy as using a mod manager, if not easier. And then you go to, like, fucking, like, Skyrim, there's so many things, like, especially if you, like, I tried installing combat mods, I finally got Special Edition working, kind of. Because now I'm stuck again. There's a mod for a fucking cape, and, like, cloaks and stuff, and I was like, ooh, that looks like fun. And the cloaks don't move, they're just kind of static. So I was like, oh, and then, like, right below it, a suggested mod was like, oh, it'll be flowy if you install this physics mod. I'm just like, and it'll make, like, your armor kind of ka-chink a little and, like, move a little bit, and it'll also, like the weapons, like the quiver and stuff, and, like, your sword will kind of, you have a little bounce to it, too, as you're walking. I'm like, that's fucking cool. That must be an animation. Nope, it's actually adding physics into the game. And it fucking sucks to try and get to work, because it should be just put it in the mod manager, hit go. And I've done that, and it's not liking it. So it's just me trying to be like, but I have it, and I want it. It should be easy, so therefore now I'm fighting with that shit. I just want a flowy cape in Skyrim.
This is the rite of passage that Vashav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. When I met Hekarro, I figured he was just another bloodthirsty warlord. But Vashav was right. Hekarro wants peace. It won't be easy. But with his new marshals, maybe his vision has a chance.
Oh, I haven't even tried any of that shit yet, because it's fucking... If I can't even get the fucking flowy cape to work... Although, if you do go on Nexus mods, that is, like, the first fucking thing, is, like, a nude mod. And I don't know if it's because if you look at it, it's just like, oh, by the way, everything looks like it wasn't made from like all the face textures weren't pulled from like a 2004 game. Oh, see, here's where you're wrong. Is I'm Team Yennefer in Witcher 3, or in The Witcher in general. I've read the books. I actually need to reread them one of these days, or I'd like to. Yeah, then that's the other thing is I'm trying to find that's another thing I need to kind of want to try and find is that's how we restock all resources. There we go. Is I'm trying to find a mod that has better face and like body textures because and like where the armor looks and have improved like armor fitting and looking better and stuff like that because if you've played Skyrim anytime recently, even the special edition, holy shit are the characters ugly. Even your own character is like the ugliest fucking thing. It's not like, oh, they're just like purposefully ugly. It's like, no. It looks like that face was pulled from like Morrowind. And given a slight updo. Like a very slight like, oh, it's kind of better now. And
door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
And that's about it. It is very, very dumb. Yeah, I got some mods that improve graphics in Skyrim too, but that's the other thing. It's like I installed some of those graphics.
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. I have repurposed the displays to track Regalla's activity in the region.
A useful warm-up.
But yeah.
The rebels may put up a good fight.
Oh yeah, hopefully you're feeling better, Doranu. Forgot about that. But yeah, no, I feel like some of the graphical mods, I have them installed and it seems to be working, and then I go to like a part of the map and it's like the textures aren't loading. Again, modding Skyrim is like a fucking rabbit hole, it would appear. Because every time I like try and play it, I'm like, oh, well, I find something like, well, I could mod that. And then it's just like another like hour or two of me modding that, and then I never actually play the fucking game. And then by the time I actually get to it, play the game, I play it for like a week, set it down because then I have something like this, and I come back to Skyrim like 3 months later, and because I get that itch to play it, because I never actually started playing it, and I'm like, oh wait, where was I? And I'll just start a new character, and then oh, I should get a mod for this and this, and oh, that mod never worked. I should actually try and fix this now. It's been long enough. Maybe there's more information on it breaking now, and I just fucking do the same thing over again. One of these days, I'll just have to do it, get the mod set, and just be fucking happy with how it's going.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, but I must ask. The woman Varlin Aaron brought in, she's related to you.
It's hard to explain.
She is me.
She's more of a copy.
Good. If she's anything like you, we've just gained reinforcements.
Maybe.
Yeah, getting distracted by side quests in Skyrim would be one thing. I'd be fine with that, but for me, it's literally just been like, well, that mod's not working. This mod's kind of funky and clunky. I should find a different one. Oh, this one's working good. Okay. And usually what I've gotten to the point of is, it seems, is if I don't have like many mods. I think I have like 10, maybe 20, and half of them are bug fix mods. So it's actually just doing what the Skyrim developers fucking should have. But every time I install like one mod, it seems to break another. It's like I don't have much installed, like especially like some people I know have literally like 100, if not like 200 mods installed at a time for that game. And I'm just sitting here going like, why it break? Oh. I guess you didn't actually want to talk about the Tanakh, because everything is done. Alright.
I heard my friend Talana came by the base. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman going into Tenakth territory with that Karja armor of hers. She'll be lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just looking for someone who might need her help.
Whoever it is, they better be worth dying for.
I'm fine with Aloy not having like a love interest, quite frankly. I'm generally fine with it in most games, unless there's one that's like super obvious, and it always depends on the story. It's just one of those things where it's like, Honestly, I was kind of thinking like Varl would be developed as the love interest during the tutorial, and then he met Zoe, and I was just like, oh, okay. You don't count, Duranu.
Have you had a chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regalla's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway, the Nora can hold their own. They managed to push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
We didn't do it, the Nora didn't do it well though, now did we? Actually, I think the only tribe to really follow the Karja was the, like completely, I think was the Osram, and I think they didn't even completely fall to the Karja. They at least had a pretty good, they at least had like a pretty good resistance movement in them if they did fall like completely to Karja. Hey. You gotta love the goofy hats.
You said you were
This one's fantastic. It's kind of like a big fish is biting my head.
I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced before. How many do the Zeniths have?
I'm not sure.
Probably a shit ton.
Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
I'm with you there.
I'm going through coffee like a motherfucker. I just drank a second cup. Fuck.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hekarro's mission for peace is the correct path, for it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
I did that.
Penny's go.
On your way then.
This guy's fucking awesome though. I love this guy. And Gaia, when we first brought him back, or I first brought back Aether, Gaia was like, by the way, we might be able to like give him an arm, or like help it, like give him a new arm. And I'm just like, oh yeah, robot arm. I was so happy about robot arm potential. I am so happy about robot arm potential. The ability to choose romance options is good. Again, it depends on the game. Like, in this one, I'm really hoping that Aloy, like, if Aloy was, like, all of a sudden, especially at, like, I'm probably halfway to, yeah, maybe I'm getting probably, like, 40% or halfway through the game by now. It would be really weird to introduce, unless you really stick with them, like a romance option for Aloy. Or not option, but like a romance person that she's gonna all of a sudden like fall head over heels for, and they am as well. It'd be strange.
Hey.
Hi, me.
Got a second?
I suppose.
So have you been able to make use of your expertise?
I guess so. Gaia transferred a lot of data on Hephaestus to study.
And? Any insights?
It looks like it's been modifying its code, increasing in size and complexity over the years. There's a lot to analyze still.
Okay, well... keep at it, I guess.
I mean, there's games. I mean, you sound like you would really like Dragon Age then. Origins and Inquisition. I haven't played 2, so I can't recommend it because I haven't played it. I've heard weird things about it too, especially with the romance options. All right, such filthy talk from Durano. How unexpected. And Morrigan. Oh.
So have you been upstairs at all?
Not really. Varl sometimes comes down here to talk. He keeps asking if I'm okay. I thought he only wanted to know about my productivity, but it's almost like he actually wants to talk to me.
Yeah, I think he does. Have you talked with anyone else in the base?
I speak with Gaia. She asked me how I'm feeling and my opinion on various topics. I didn't expect that from an AI.
That's all thanks to Elizabeth. She believed Gaia had to care, not just follow her programming orders.
I know. Independent emotional processing enabled the previous version of Gaia to create you, after all.
Yeah. I guess so.
Well, okay, hold on. Yeah, talk to you later.
I'll be going.
Okay. Bye.
Wow, Data's almost as awkward as me in real life. Points at stream. I didn't say it. I didn't do it. Actually, my stream is fairly clean besides the swearing.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
And yelling. Besides the swearing and yelling, fairly... and calling things a dick. Or a penis. Or a fucking asshat. Okay, besides all those things, it's a pretty clean stream. Okay, because you know somebody on Tomb Raider on Tomb Raider, you know every one of those newer games has a mod on a PC to give her back the triangle boobs. You know that for sure.
Hey.
You apparently already have something on the Sons of Prometheus. That was fucking fast.
No. Silence is involved with the Sons of
Oh.
Prometheus. He's the one who gave them the override tech to begin with.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Because Silence is an ass
Somehow
fucking
part of some
sassy
master plan, huh?
bitch
At least I'm more
Dickerton.
good at wrecking those.
Damn straight.
Oh yeah, they just make her naked with the big ol'... She'd have a giant chest, wouldn't she? With the mods.
Let me know if you find any Sons of Prometheus in the Daunt. I'll keep scouting those rebel camps.
Be careful.
I'll go and stab him. Give him the old stabby stab. Find any Sons of Prometheus there. Built-in airbags. That... Okay. I'm gonna try and get away from the dirty talk after this, but I just have to... There was, what was it? We were out, after work one day. I think we were meeting up at a bar for a kind of a farewell. Somebody was staying in the company, but just, like, leaving our team. I don't know if you remember Redhead Abby Duranu. But yeah, it was when she was leaving, and there was the one guy there, and he was like, so I met up with, and he rides a bike, and I guess he met up with a couple friends, who also like ride bikes and stuff, and one of them has a wife, who's had some work done in her chesty region, let's say, and it kind of looked like she was smuggling watermelons. I'm not joking. They were that big. um, they were very and it was very obvious that they were not real because again they were that big and she was very skinny. But it was very weird because he was like, dude, I gotta show you this picture, and he was like showing all of us because I think he was just weirded out just as much. Somebody was like, oh yeah, so she got the built-in airbags for the bike, didn't she? It's like, yeah, that's probably it. Just very, I don't understand. I like boobs just as much as the next guy, but sometimes when they're that big and obviously are fake, it's just kind of like, okay, you do you. Yeah, boobs are boobs at the end of the day. Oh, fishies.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay.
They kept showing off pictures. Yeah.
I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
Ooh, thank you, Leia. Yeah, I mean...
Okay. Data module's in.
I fucking... who's considered fucking... handsome? Who's like a Hollywood person considered handsome? Guy with a face. I ain't them, but, you know... I'm not gonna go fucking work. Not to mention, it seems like a lot of... I don't know if it's like... I feel like a lot of people who get plastic surgery could probably just use a psychologist more. Like, that would be a little more helpful to them, I think. Because I feel like it's a lot of body image issues. Some of them... I mean, if you want to do that, it's your body. If that's what your standard of beauty is, and you want to get to that... no matter the pain or the cost. Sure. But I've seen, I mean, when you go on like the internet and stuff, and even just on like Reddit and stuff, sometimes there's just stuff like, look at this, and the people look like actual dolls. And then they take a picture with the Instagram filter, and they just kind of look like a blow-up doll. I'm just like, why would you want to look like that? All right. Takes all kinds, though.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
That's another weird thing, though, is just people with the fucking smoothing filter on, I feel like I asked all these questions already. The smoothing filter on, like, Instagram and stuff is just weird to me. It makes people look plastic. Again, it's probably a lot of self-image issues, especially with the dawn of TV and the internet and magazines and Hollywood kind of culture and like celebrity culture, but it's fucking weird, man. I want to see a person usually if I see a picture of someone. I want to see a picture of like some smooth, though, somebody who looks like they have like no face definition. Yeah, I guess I'm more of a just you be you kind of person. You are who you are. It's not that important what you look like. Yeah, the no pore people, that's where it is. They look like they have no fucking pores. No scar tissue, no scarring, no nothing. It's just like somebody took plaster over their face, like skin-colored plaster, and just covered their face perfectly. It's creepy as shit at times.
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered.
That is true.
Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
Yeah, and even in Detroit Beyond Human, like you said, Vicar, when Geronimo has that playthrough up on his stream, actually, I think, or on his page. But yeah, even then, they purposely gave the androids more of a people-y look, because, I mean, let's be real here. If we actually were able to have that technology, we would want them to look as human as possible, as flawed as we are, on purpose. Just because, yeah, it'd be kind of weird. I'm personally all for, I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so it's like, if I could have like a giant, like the robots from Stray. Like if I had one of those, like, or was like dealing with one of those, that'd be awesome to me. I'd love that. But I know for most people, they don't like the idea of androids not looking like people. They want the human touch and shit. And I'm just like, nah, fuck that. Robots.
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
Well, I wasn't expecting a fucking clone walking around of me.
Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Connor is the precious little snowflake.
She may yet come around.
Oh, we can talk about the old world.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if androids end up looking like people, this is probably stuff that's beyond my lifetime, frankly. So, but I mean, like, if maybe there's some sort of breakthrough, but if androids end up looking like people, in terms of like hospitality jobs or even just like assistance in hospitals and stuff like that, you'd probably want people. Or if they were like assisting, for example, like police officers in, like emotionally distressing situations, like if they were showing up to like help talk down somebody suicidal or something like that, you'd probably want them looking more human. But again, that's just kind of you're tailoring them for the job that they want. Sorry, I just saw your comment, Vicar. Oh no. I don't know. Again, I just fucking one of these days I kind of want to build my own robot. I'm trying to think if I would want it to be more Spot-like or what though. Not that kind of robot though. Only $5,000. Well, what a steal.
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time.
Ooh.
It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
One thing I'd kind of like to do, instead of a world takeover robot, would be more have the brain on like a laptop, and then it just wirelessly communicates with like a drone or like a Spot kind of robot. No building a sniper. People are already fucking doing that. Before the stupid fucking Ukraine shit, and before Russia was a assberry, they went to a fucking... They were starting to, like, premiere, like, I guess they had, like, a knockoff, like, Spot robot. A Russian company had made, like, their knockoff Spot robot. And guess what they fucking put on it? They strapped a fucking assault rifle on it. And now they're testing one with a submachine gun on its back. That's not horrifying, police state technology. Fuck. Yes, a super soaker is the appropriate thing. Ew, you can buy it all used. Oh, I almost threw up, I think.
So the Hades Proving Lab found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility.
I don't even like using a public toilet, man.
Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with, too.
I mean... Yeah, I guess this was... I mean, it was kind of an eventuality. If you're gonna build a robot that can make decisions on its own, good enough for, like, stocking a warehouse shelf, or assisting in healthcare, or assisting in, like, policing, somebody eventually is going to strap a gun to it. Or a knife, or a sword, or something. But it just fucking sucks that, like, somebody out there was like, oh yeah, everyone who's thought about this agrees that it is a terrible idea to stick a gun on a fucking robot that can start making decisions for itself. By the way, I'm gonna do it. Fuck you for in terms of just like, it will make me money. Motherfucker. See, but I mean, like, if you strap a firearm onto a drone, there's still a human behind it making that decision. I'm talking about like an AI-controlled thing with a firearm on it. Think of all the fucking implications you could do. Like, you could literally have a fucking... That would help reinforce, like, police states so much. Like, what is it? Is it Myanmar? Had that hostile military takeover of its government? Like, imagine that fucking shit. You could literally have, like, a group of, like, 100 people controlling a shit ton of robots and just having a reinforced police state where you can't break out of it without dying because they're fucking robots. It's horrifying. I have not seen Chappie because it looked like a terrible movie from the trailer. I'm not gonna lie, it looked awful. Maybe it was just the trailer I saw, but it fucking looked terrible.
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
Here's the thing with the AI. A lot of AI right now is kind of bootstrapped, as it were, by machine learning. And some of the machine learning, a lot of the ones that make headlines anyway, are bootstrapped, are done through, like, its exposure to the internet. So you can imagine how well that goes. And that's how you get the headline like, new AI, you know, after a month of machine learning, is the most racist piece of shit there ever was in the world. Is like a white supremacist. Because guess what? That's the internet, motherfucker.
Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
Yeah, basically, like... Yeah, it's... I don't know how you would bootstrap it without connecting to the internet, because there's just such a wealth of information there. But, yeah, it's such a terrible idea. It's such a terrible idea. Oh, have delicious food time, Duranu.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
Kinda had to.
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up.
Oh man, I actually made a really fucking good dinner today. I made a fucking stir fry with what was it? Shiitake mushrooms, some onion, some roasted red pepper. Well, I didn't roast the red pepper, but some red pepper. I should have roasted it. Oh, I'm a dingus. This is why I'm a dingus. If I was any cook worth my salt, I would fucking have roasted that red pepper. But regardless, with red pepper slices and red bell pepper, I should say, and some broccoli, it came out fantastic. I don't know how I cooked those mushrooms. I cooked them like I usually do, and usually they come out all right. They came out fucking delicious this time. I had them like cooked for just the right amount. It was so good. Holy shit. The fuck? That's a lot of food. I made a stir fry with some rice underneath it. And fucking Morgan's here cooking a feast.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, There were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology.
I think they
As
did.
their
I think we
goals
found
evolved
evidence of
over
that.
time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising.
Thought I asked all my questions. Oh. I don't really feel like
See you
asking
later,
those
Gaia.
yet.
Until next time, Aloy.
That's normal when you... Oh, jeez. Fucking shit. I'm over here like... I made a whole thing. And then... Morgan's just like, a minor feast for my king. Just like, oh, shit. That is one thing I really wish I was just better at cooking. I am so terrible at cooking. Well, not terrible, but I'm so, like, mediocre at cooking. But I have to do it, like, almost every day, so it's one of those things where you're like, dang, if I was better at it, that'd be kind of nice.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found
Oh,
that
fuck.
recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough.
And then?
One day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
Sounded like they were friends. Till then, Elizabeth. At least before the whole Zero Dawn project. I don't know if I've burned... No, I have burned a pot. That was a little of my being stupid, though. I had an electric stove at one of my apartments, and I had left on the, I had accidentally left on the pot. It had some water in it, but it was on for long enough that the water evaporated. After I got, I think it was, I can't remember if I was cooking like pasta or steaming broccoli or something. I think I was steaming a vegetable or something like that. And yeah, it burned the pot, the bottom of the pot a little bit. Nothing terrible. I think I caught it because I was like, oh, something's kind of stinky in here. Oh shit, and I turned off the stove and fucking moved the pot to a cooler thing. Fucking shit.
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
Oh, get the right thing.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
They didn't interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
Huh.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
It's kind of rude of you, Aloy. Alrighty then. Oh, they all have new talkie bits.
Aloy. Is everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down at that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
I mean, maybe like 5-10 minutes.
What can I do for you?
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, you know, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt.
I mean, it doesn't help that they also make Aloy not really sympathize with her. The only person really sympathizing with her is Gaia and Varl. Yeah, those are the only two people. So it's just kind of like... And yeah, I get that Beta is probably very traumatized and stuff like that, but you think, like... she would be, like, trying to escape or to, like, go, like, live her own life on outside. Because, I mean, I was kind of expecting that, honestly, because she's been her whole life cooped up on a spaceship in training modules. Then she finally gets to Earth, spends like 3 seconds outside, and now she's cooped up. Now she's sitting cooped up in a room. There are weird people outside. Then I can't blame her there.
Are you playing that board game I keep...
You mean strike? Yeah, I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things. Yeah, it's a Tanakh game. I thought about playing Katalo, but what if he tries to kill me if I win?
I think you're safe.
Yeah, I don't know. Heard a lot of things about that tribe.
Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. And with everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said, anyways. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time.
Drink, drink, drink.
Still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
It seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. That's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
I mean, any robot alive in this world is probably just a big, robot animal trying to kill you. So yeah, I don't think you're going to have one serve you anytime soon either, my friend.
Get going.
Back to reading, I guess. Do be careful out there.
Ooh, that's the jump button.
Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the Proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
Yep. Yeah, Aaron is kind of like the drunk uncle.
It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far's Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet.
I'm trying to figure that one out too, if he's on their side or not. I almost feel like he kind of is, but I also feel like he's trying to play the game of he wants to be on top. And like I know when it came to Hades, he was trying to play the angle of until he made the mistake and Hades got out of control. He was trying to, and the Eclipse thing happened. He was trying to play that game of like, let me extract all the knowledge I can from you. In that case, I will be right back. I actually have to use the restroom really quick. Be back in maybe 5 minutes or so. Alright, now I'm back. Sorry about that.
What do you make of this Tilda the Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe.
I'm thinking Tilda, it sounded like Tilda... Maybe, I don't usually get the poops from coffee, though. I know that's a common thing, apparently, is getting the poops from coffee. I usually don't get that, though. But in terms of... It sounded like Tilda and Elizabeth were really good friends. And then they had a falling out, possibly, when Tilda went to join Far Zenith, or when Elizabeth went to started Zero Dawn. There was at that time period, something happened, they had a falling out. But it sounded like the one recording, if I remember from earlier in the game, it sounded like Tilda wanted to kind of be friends again. And Elizabeth kind of shut her down. It was just like, no. You did something, you hurt me in some way. So I almost wonder if Tilda in season beta just like a chance to kind of make up for her mistakes. Like, hey, we couldn't be friends, but now that your clone is here, it's kind of like you. Maybe I can either help her out or, make her much less miserable, stuff like that. Yeah, that could be it too. That it did seem very vindictive. So they could have been what was it? They could have been married and divorced. I don't have enough information. It's, as far as I know, Elizabeth hadn't really been with anyone or wasn't like interested in anyone. It sounded like Pharaoh kept trying to... Ted fucking Pharaoh, who I still want to just have fucking resurrect him so you can stab him in the nuts and then let the nuts grow back and then stab him again. Like fucking Prometheus getting his liver taken out. Ugh. But yeah. I don't know. We've literally, all we know is that they used to be close, if not friends, if not like very close, if not, yeah, like married, or dating or something, and they had a bad falling out at some point. That, I don't know if there's like something I missed, or it could be the fact that I'm an extremely oblivious person, in general in life. Maybe I missed some sort of like hint or thing to it, or kind of meaning, or audio log that was just like, by the way, they were really close. I mean close. Maybe there was something like that.
How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew, and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them.
Yeah, the Far Zenith people don't seem to have many morals.
I should get back out there.
We'll be here if you need us.
Yeah, they were good friends. They only lived together for 80 years, and
Aloy.
Hey, how's everything going?
I am well, but Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
she's all full of the fucking planting metaphors. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they were roommates for 70 years, and they love to talk about their book collections and and lived reclusively from the others of the village or of the city. Totally not gay though. Totally not gay.
The Zenith stood a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
Yeah, and they had 11 cats.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them. Even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
Some of them even look like dinosaurs. Actually, most of them look like dinosaurs. I think only really the weasels. They just kind of look like
Are you
weasels.
guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from. Like you've done here, for us. Maybe one day, more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds crowded, but nice.
Well, I mean, you don't have to live here while people are visiting. That'd be kind of weird. So this is my house, and here's where all the ancient ones, the record of all the ancient ones exists in this one place. Have fun, don't touch my stuff.
Is there anything I can help with around here?
Oh, no. We're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh.
That bad?
She's stabby.
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but I noticed he avoids talking about his mother.
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
She's pretty Sona's pretty stabby.
I should get going.
Good luck on your
Although this
search.
lady might be equally as stabby. Although I'm still the stabbiest. I will hold that. I will challenge anyone who doesn't agree that I'm the stabbiest in this game.
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations, and an acceptable training facility. Though it could use some more color.
Duly noted.
In addition to a one of the Tenak's best fighters and strategists, he's also a home decorator. He's also a lovely home decorator. No, that's not the right shade of red. I was thinking more of a salmon.
It comes and goes. I try not to think about it, but its absence is always present for me. It's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to understand. Only empathize.
Then you have my thanks.
Have you spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as self-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing. I should get going.
If I can help in some way, say the word.
I will. Thank you.
I better next time I'm back here, see these two fucking drinking, singing like an Irish pub song. It better happen. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, I have to leave the... Hold on, how do I... There we go. Alrighty then. The fuck is that? Oh yeah, I need the fucking deflowering tool. Let's go to these service contracts next, I think. I need the... Oh! I can go here now, I have the rebreather! Oh, I can go places! Yeah, exactly. Just be two drunken fighting buddies. Oh, it'd be too funny. Too funny, I say. Ah, yay, another rumor. Hi, rumor lady. How are you? Ooh, herbage.
Sit, please. I hear that Oseram caravan down south is settling in nicely in our territory, bringing in all kinds of supplies from no man's land. They'd better hope our commander doesn't decide to supply them with a swift death instead.
I'm sure there's more important things on your commander's mind.
I'll miss out on a good trade, because so far he hasn't really had much of a good trade. Yeah, let's go to this campfire. And skedoodle over to where we couldn't be before. Ah, it's bright. Ah, the TV's bright. Ah, turn it light, turn it light. Okay. That was one of the things about getting a TV with HDR. The big thing about it is fucking... Oh, have a good night, Vicar. I'm probably going to be shutting the stream off in a little bit here. Probably going to figure this out, because I think I've been going for a while. Yeah. Well, yeah, have a good night. I know it wasn't like on the mountain. I've been at it for a bit. But yeah. Oh fuck, I'd lost my train of thought. I was talking about something. Oh yeah, the HDR on the TV. A lot of it is just like, oh, by the way, the bright parts are brighter and the dark parts are darker. And guess what? The bright parts can kind of hurt. They can make ouchies. Eye ouchies.
Well, not getting in that way. I should search for another way in.
I thought I could get in. I thought that was the way to get in. Unless is it over here? Because there was a way. I thought there was a way to get in. I could find my way in, but then I had to like. I found out I had to swim. And I had to dive for like a good while underwater. And I was like, oh, can't do that yet. Oh, hold on. I think it's... Is it right here?
Oh, that's promising. Right. Into the water.
Ooh.
There you are. Now, what's inside?
Things are inside. Maybe, possibly. Military equipment. Transmitter. Some goods.
I couldn't raise you via focus. I hope this gets to you. Somehow. Along with the gear for the stand at the Reno line. Just wanted you to know that all the bitterness is water under the bridge. I only remember the good things. And I'll think about them when the darkness comes.
Sounds like she really cared about him. Silga will want to know about this. And she'll definitely be interested in the transmitter inside that's been sending the message.
And now we can pry this open. There we go. Woohoo! Alright, and she's kind of very far away. I forgot about that. Let's go ahead and get this unknown. And let's go to the campfire. Yeah, we gotta go to this first, I think. Oh, I've been to that campfire somehow, but not that. Alright. Well, alrighty then. Let's find our way out of here. Doop, 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 doop. Get that. Get some herbage. Well, I'm back up to 1,200 herbs, so that's pretty snazzy. And now that I have the rebreather, I am sincerely hoping I can go catch some fish now. I gotta find out where they are, and hopefully they're in that one spot I have to revisit anyway. Ick. Just don't breathe. Just hold your breath, Aloy. Just full sprint. And, well, while not breathing. Oh, it's this fucking shit. That assery. I kind of want to find my way back to here. Oh, this is that flooded city. Ah. Wow. And maybe I could go to like here and swim around and maybe catch some fish too. Although apparently there's a motherfucking T-Rex here that's not marked on the map. I remember finding that shit out the hard way. Icky red stuff. Icky red stuff. Here's the thing. There's not really a way to fight Nessie underwater. So I would have to figure out a way to like lure out the Loch Ness Monster. Which, go figure how you do that. I really have no clue on how you would do something like that. Because it's the fucking Loch Ness Monster. Maybe the old slap and run. Just slap its butt and be like, let's giddy up there, buckaroo. This looks like an Oseram camp.
An Oseram camp? What are they doing out here?
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Hi, person.
That would never work.
Hi, Grandma.
Genius is at work here. I cannot afford any distractions. If you require salvage, you can... Oh, a hunter! Yes, good. I was hoping one would stop by. There's no time to waste,
Aloy.
That old boar, Karif, is expecting me to merely make the best armor in the Forbidden West. But I, Honda, will give him a masterpiece. And you are going to help me make it. Of course you'll be compensated, though seeing me at work should be gratifying enough.
You're one of Karif's people?
I kind of like this lady.
Competing to make armor for him too. With the Tenakth right next door?
Ha! They've got problems of their own to worry about. Besides, I'm not just making armor. I'm making a work of art, imbued with the majesty of ancient machines and wondrous relics. With the steadfastness of the gentle plowhorn and the fury of the raging Ravager. So, where do you want to start?
Let's go after some plowhorns, I guess.
You talked about using plowhorn parts for your armor?
I've been eyeing a herd not too far from here. If you can bring me the right parts, this armor will be as unwavering as they are.
I can try.
Oh, one more thing. Plowhorns sometimes leave a trail of flowers in their path. The Utaru infuse some kind of drink with them to soothe the mind. I'd like to try it. See if it inspires any ideas.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
Can I get... Oh, I can pick up the other contracts on here.
You talked about
Nice.
using ancient relics for your armor?
Correct. But that dream has fizzled like a wet forge.
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought she was going to say wet fart for a second there.
This area dating back to the Red Raids.
Kind of hoping she would.
Of ruins filled with treasure. But some of our younger recruits stole the scrolls and absconded to go after the relics. I want them found before they run away with my salvage.
I can try to track them down.
Give them a good thrashing for me while you're at it, will you?
And it fizzled like a wet fart. I'm just like, it's so great. Ah.
So you want your armor to wield a Ravager's fury? Sounds interesting.
I tracked down a pack of them near here. Shoot off one of their cannons, and I can make my armor just as deadly.
I'll, take a look. See what I can do.
Well, if you get to it, we'll pick it up when you're done.
Wait. Is she going to attach a Predator autocannon? Ooh.
You said you wanted
Be happy.
machine parts for your armor?
Ah, yes. There's entire graveyards of them nearby. Dreadful things. With some of their parts, I can make armor that will instill fear and disquiet in the enemy.
I'll, read up on the details.
Splendid. I look forward to your success.
Well, let's trade with her a bit, see what she's
Need
got.
some machine parts? Or want me to take some off your hands?
Might need you to just take some off my hands for now. Oh, they have she's got circulators for sale. Nice, 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 nice. Helpful. But yeah, Sunwing primary nerve is $125 only. And whereas Sunwing Shieldcaster is 8 of these processed metal blocks. Fucking shit, man. Like, I'm just buying that. That's fucking cheap as shit. Rollerback hammertails are they like, huh? Those aren't actually difficult to get. Now, there's a few sites I've run across already with rollerback hammertails. Kind of wonder if I could collect them and just sell them. So, resources, let's mark somebody's fucking artificial heart. Their eye. We're gonna keep the hearts because we can. Or I can, more specifically. I'll keep the silver. I don't really need the shards anymore, so I might just keep the silver ingots from now on. Why not?
Oh, we're done now. Excellent.
Yep, thank you for the parts, lady person. Yep, let's take a look. Oh, wow! This quest is level 10. Okay. I mean, I don't need it, but I also don't really need the money. I think I have almost 17,000 metal shards. Yeah, that's kind of a lot. An expensive thing lately in this game has been costing me a few hundred. And that's for like a blue or a purple piece of armor. I'm not against having all the monies, but at the same time, if I could just have a block of silver, why not? That's kind of fun to have. Alright, so there's a pack of them, and... Oh, there is Ancient Relics, the machine site. There's some Ravagers there. Ancient machine site. I mean, I should definitely go to the fucking... this first. I think we'll go to here, actually. Yeah. Let's go to the one in the north.
The air feels cooler. Sun's going down.
I'm kind of hoping that you get to, like, pick an armor set to, like, take home with you, quote-unquote, or something like that. At the end of this. Especially if this lady's like, by the way, I'm gonna make a set of armor that shoots back. I'm gonna be all about that. Unless its defensive capabilities kind of suck, in which case, lady's on her own. Because despite what people say, a good defense is still a good defense. Yes, your enemy can't hit you if they're dead, but at the same time, like, I'm fighting motherfucking T-Rexes. I'm not sneaking up and, like, stabbing a T-Rex to death.
Check out should be close by. Maybe I'll read the contract one more time. Make sure I didn't miss anything.
Here's the path up. Alright. Notebook. Data points. Count. Lost supplies, rollerback salvage, Net Ravager cannon, property retrieval, ancient relics. Only pick up the good stuff.
This might be the place Honda was talking about.
Go to the site, get the goods. Yeah, it's gotta be around here somewhere. I don't think it's in the... here we are. Because this is a full-ass tank. So we're getting close.
Everyone's really put up a fight here.
Totally necessary. The weird mumbling to myself songs are completely necessary for the process of playing this video game. There's a tank. Anything in it? It would appear not really. There's another tank right here, though. You got anything? Yeah.
I think Honda will like this.
Oh, there's a... Aha, here it is. There's another one.
Not sure if Honda's gonna want this, but maybe I can find a use for it. Oh, this should be useful.
Alright, so we gotta find another tank-a-majig with parts. Oh, I'm getting out of the range of it. Hold on. Jalapenos. So it must have been one of those tanks I passed. Let me use my focus and see if I can see some CNs. Oh! This one's got some goods.
I don't think you can make
Some potential goodness.
Maybe I can use it for something else. I bet Honda will want this.
There we are.
Salvage I'm gonna find. I should check out the other site Honda marked on the contract.
Oh, I thought those were pickable. Alright, well let's make our way back down to this campfire, I think. And I'll probably end the stream there. Oops, I don't know what happened or why Aloy all of a sudden let go of her glider, but sure. That was almost death. Alright. Let's go ahead and save it. And actually, while I'm here, I am a little light on the... I mean, we didn't do much. I mean, there wasn't a huge amount accomplished this stream. It was a lot of talking. And then I finally came over here, and it's not like a huge amount of talking anymore. Oh, there's another quest over here, too. I think I have to sneak behind the plowhorns and catch their poop like the hippos. But I actually just have a bunch of skill points now, so we might as well invest some of them. Because what was it? I wanted, this lasting override would be helpful. Machine damage would be helpful. Oh, heavy lifter, part 2. Get better machine damage. I don't really care about that. Lasting override will be nice. Give my my Bubbas more health. Oh, efficient repair. I wanted that one too because I figured that would be helpful. Mounted archer. Deal more damage while on a mount. I don't know how much... I haven't done that yet, really. Increased elemental damage, increased elemental damage. I guess I'll just round it out. Why not? Just pick them up because I can. You know? That sounds like it'd be kind of helpful. And... oh, that sounds like it'd be very helpful, Valor, right there. Deal more damage to machine parts and knock them off easier? That sounds like it'd be pretty darn helpful. But if I look at the skill trees now, only Survivor I don't really have a shit ton of stuff unlocked. Like Hunter, I just have a couple like active skills, which I don't really care for anyway. And then this, I don't even have any skills I didn't unlock. Same thing here, I don't have many skills I didn't unlock. The only one is Survivor, and Survivor I'm like kind of leaving to last for even these passive ones, because there are a lot of just like... oh, they heal more and they're faster to consume. Oh, fuck. I didn't remember seeing that one. Low health regen will be good too. I didn't fucking see those two before. Why didn't I? I'm a big blind dumb. But yeah, a lot of these are just like, by the way, when you're at super low health, which is 25% or 30% or lower, you deal more damage, and you have slightly better defense. But if you're at 25% health or less, that means you've run out of potions and healing herbs. So basically it means you're probably screwed anyway. It could be the difference between living and dying, so maybe that'll be what happens before I start to slot. Because after that, it's just going to be slotting points into increasing these valors. Yeah, sorry, I have a talent of actually running away from a fight in an open world game. I mean, it's an open world game. You're supposed to be able to. That's part of it. Is like you can run away from a fight, especially when you know you're fucking outclassed by a giant ass polar bear and you forgot to bring health potions and other healing items. That's totally never happened to me before. But yeah, Part Breaker sounds like it'd be fucking fantastic to level up. But like Part Breaker and what's this one? I think I'm using this one currently. Yeah, just deal more damage with like basically any ranged weapon for a time. I'd like to level that one up first, but I think I'm just gonna go slot in the rest of these passives to the survivor tree, which is gonna be another 2, 4, 2, 4, 7, 10. Don't know how much that'll be. This will probably be another 3 or 4. So 13 or 14 skill points. And then I'm not a big fan of these like bomb techniques because it says it uses a lot of weapon stamina, and I think like this one is like it uses a bunch of your bombs. I'd like to try the Shredder. Yeah, like launch 3 Shredder discs instead of just one. And it looks like they don't come back to you, which means you wasted 3 Shredder discs, which are kind of expensive. Yeah, it uses up to 2 bombs instead of just 1. It's kind of like a way, maybe if I have like, once I get like a really big ammo pouch, those will be kind of nice to have, but for now it's just kind of like, eh. Yeah, uses 3 shredders of your currently selected type. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah, I feel like I didn't know Part Breaker was a thing. I didn't really honestly look in the Survivor or the Machine Master tree very much because, you know, it seemed like a lot of mount and override stuff, which is just like mount is to get from A to B for me, and machine override I'm kind of trying to use a little more, but it's not. I'm still not using it a lot. But now, okay, so I need another I need another like 14 skill points, and then I can just start, I think, slotting into increased valor. I think I am going to increase the valor that I'm using first, though, because it's just generally like bows deal more damage. And it's not like a little bit more damage, and that's already where I have no levels on it besides it just being unlocked. I can level it up, I think, 2 times more now. So it's going to be, that could be the really sass 'em with that. I don't know. I don't know if sass isn't the right word, but it's what I'm using. It's the word I used. But anyway, thank you all for watching, listening, doing the stuff for the things, if you are. Yeah. I think next time we're going to continue for Armor Lady. And if I looked at the quest the notebooks correctly, can I go up? No. Yeah, we can, because I think the contracts. Yeah, each salvage person for these contracts seems to only have like 3 or 4 contracts per person, so I think we might be down to 1, maybe 2 contract person left before we like finish the like completing all the salvage contracts and like having the great armor contest or whatever they're gonna fucking call it. But that's fantastic news, because that means I might get a well-earned set of armor for that. Hopefully a lot of sets of armor. But yeah, anyway, again, thank you all for doing the stuff and the things and the whatchamajiggers. I don't know, it's weird. We gotta get rambling on about things again, like fucking, what were we, discussing the position of Louisiana. We were rambling on the position of Louisiana for a while the other day. That's worthwhile. It isn't, but, you know. Weird shit, man. Anyway, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Yes, I'm sure I want to stop the... It asks me if I'm sure every time. You have to hit like 6 buttons to get to stop the broadcast. Anyway, it's almost impossible to accidentally press that button.